Hello, Gun Nation. Big Johnson coming at you. All right, we have an episode here from NITECORE. This is their NPL25. This is their first introduction into pistol lights. They're known for their handheld flashlights, EDC pocket lights, things like that. So this video is going to be some good and some bad. So they sent this in for testing and evaluation, so I did not purchase it. And let's just go ahead and get into it, okay? Basically, it's just a small, pistol light. Of course, it is adjustable. You just push this button in. You can move this back and forth to set up how you want it. It's got the 1913 rail, and then it has like a little Glock added rail. There's 2 screws here. You take it out and change it. And of course, you screw it down to clamp it on your pistol once you've got the proper adjustment. So that is the great thing about this, is it is very adjustable, and these seem to be like steel or aluminum teeth. I haven't checked them for magnetization or anything like that. I've put it on guns, moved it around, kind of LARPed with it, shined it on the fence, done all kinds of things like that, but we're just going to get to it. Just to let you know, when I received it, I charged the battery. We'll get into that in a second. And then I was pressing on this switch right here, and it was doing a lot of hanging. I don't know if it had a little bit of flashing from the plastic in there, but it was kind of gritty and it was hard to press. So you got your constant on, then you got your momentary, like other standard lights, pretty common. But this little paddle right here was kind of giving me some problems. It seems to be getting a little better, but there was an issue with it at first. And of course, I am very mechanical, but it's not my job to take all this apart and fix it and find out what the hell's going on with it, so I didn't do it. This one has worked fine, no issues. So there's that. I'm just going to make it short and sweet. There's your little bezel. Seems to be nice. This one claims that it has 900 lumens and 16,000 candela. It is pretty bright. I'll give them that. In order to once it's mounted on the gun and you've got it properly torqued down or, screwed down and everywhere where you want it, then, you also can pull this up. Well, sorry, got big hands. You can push this up and slide the battery out, and this stays mounted on your gun, okay? Here's the problem. In order to check to see if your battery is charged properly or not, you have to take it off because you can't access this little button to test it, but you press this button in, it'll show you everything's charged, is fully charged. But you can't access this button, so if I had it on the gun, I wanted to press it and go, hey, how much power do I have left? I've got to remove the battery off of it. I've got to push the button, take it off, check it, put it back in, that kind of stuff. So I don't really care for that. Also, in order to charge it, it has this, this is the only charging cable that's mixed because it is proprietary to this battery. So, you put it on there, it magnetizes, it grabs it, it has reverse polarity, so you can't put it on the wrong way. It won't accept it, it kicks it off. This is the way that it goes on. It magnetizes it, you charge your battery, hey, you're back in business. You lose this cable, you're screwed. You're done. So this is it. You lose this cable, you have nothing. Also, this battery is proprietary. It's not like a CR123 or a standard 123 rechargeable or any of that. This is a proprietary battery. At the time that I started testing this, they didn't have these available to purchase other ones of these. However, I've heard that they do now. I personally haven't checked. But I've heard that they have them now to where you can purchase them. I don't even know how much they are. And you can charge them and keep them in your, your go bag, whatever you want to do if you're going to use this light. So in order to put it back on, it's mounted on the gun. You put the battery in, you slide it, and then it will click right there and lock in there. So that's great. That's a great feature. But this light is not for me. I will not be using this as far as a, heavy duty light or anything that I'm going to carry. And as y'all all know, I carry a ton of lights. All of my EDC guns have lights. I'm just a big believer in them. I carry a handheld in my pocket as well. So, kind of 2 is 1, 1 is none, so to say. because I would rather shoot with both hands on the gun if I have to, if something got really crazy. But of course, I'm not going to use that to identify anyone. I'm going to use my handheld. So, but that's a whole nother video. But I'm just giving you my opinion. This little button, you know, it was sticking, it was hanging up, it was real crunchy. I mean, I'd have to press this thing super hard and then it would activate. So I don't know if it's a bad contact or if there's some flashing in here that maybe I broke off eventually from jamming it so hard. But now it seems to be working okay. But right out of the box, it wasn't that great. So right now, I think this is probably a good test or a good, you know, try, but I'm not sold on this one. This proprietary battery cable is a no-go for me. You know, even on a lot of standard weapon lights, you have rechargeable batteries that are pretty standard in the industry. Your CR123s are standard in the industry. This one is not standard in the industry. If you're out even taking a training class, this, you know, they say after about 30 minutes, this thing could go dead. Then you're going to have another battery to load in there. With a lot of your front loadings, you can just drop another battery in there. This one actually has a rechargeable battery to give it its full input or output. But it's a dual fuel, so I can take the rechargeable out and I can drop a CR123 in there, which still only gives me 500 lumens versus 1,000 lumens. But this one, I can't do that shit. I'm done. So, my opinion, take it for what you want, but, you know, nice try, NITECORE. Maybe they'll come out with a Gen 2 where it'll have other features. But I'm not much into this one. So just being honest with you. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, an unarmed nation is a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on.